Welcome back. So tonight I'm going to go ahead and try a Newegg build. We've done an all memory express build for something local. So I'm going to go ahead and with something that people can access online that's relatively trustworthy. I mean, this is where we're seeing a lot of the higher price content that's being resold. But CPU and other content haven't really been affected on here. I even found a 5600G for a teeny bit less in Memory Express. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out here. I'm going to go ahead and set up the build, and then I will be right back to go over again why I chose the parts. I am going to go for something a little higher end, something geared towards working with Adobe Photoshop, based on a recommendation from a YouTuber I came across. I'll leave a link to his, how he came to his decision on why he thought that was good and why he chose the memory he did. I'm going to be building a system based on that, so I'll, apologize. I'm going to go ahead and cut away here and be right back. That took a while. Thanks for patiently waiting. So what I did was I spec'd a system with 32 gigabytes of 3600 megahertz RAM. He found that to be the most stable with the 5600G for working with things like Adobe Photoshop or with some 3D modeling using Blender. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've kept pretty faithful to that. I've got the 5600G, I've got a ASRock B550M, which has a few nice features. Again, I'll leave links to all the items in the description. One thing I do want to make note of is in less than 2 weeks, the 5600G on Newegg at the very least has gone up by $20. Let's see if it did that for Memory Express. Let's see if I can spell. So, yeah, it seems to be across the board. So the 289 and change is no longer available, but it's still not bad for an APU. I mean, versus paying $700 or $800 for a cheap 1650 and CPU combo, it's better value-wise for now. And with the 6000 series coming out, it'll get even better. I went with a different case this time, and I went with this one because if you have any physical media on disk, or if you want to install a card reader to be able to go ahead and read different SD cards, you can go ahead and use the base for that instead of having a janky USB connection. I also like having the option to put in a DVD-ROM drive. I did that for a friend because he likes to do vintage gaming. So since PS2s and whatnot tend to burn out, I figured it would be a good way for him to just be able to go and play his PS2 games on his computer if he had any, type thing. The next part's optional, and it's overkill for this kind of processor, because 5600G is, I think they kept it to 65 watts TDP. This is meant for 200 watts. So it'll give you a good boost, plus it's got the RGB. King Groups is great, they have awesome products. If you go on, you'll see I've done their RAM, their RGB hard drives are so cool. They're fantastic. I blinged out my brother's computer to the nines with RGB. Fantex and through Evolve cases are really good for that. Hard drive, I went with Team Groups again, 1 terabyte, because you want to have plenty of room for all the programs you might need, and any templates or files you need to save on that drive to be able to access them quickly. This is not going to be your work drive. This I strictly use for gaming, the 4 terabyte drive. So gaming and storage. You can also use it for just generic file storage, like if you have large videos or whatnot. I like having the separate 2 terabyte work drive. So this is where I go ahead and save. In my case, all my virtual machines were saved on my 2 terabyte drive. I'm able to access them and work with them quickly. They're able to do what they need to quickly without bottlenecking on a mech drive. So that's why I've got that there. Lastly, if you're able to go ahead and upgrade to a video card when prices do come down, this power supply will give you plenty of overhead. It's 750 watts. I think the highest ceiling, like lowest they recommend, is 650 for like a 3060. So the more wattage you have, the better. And I thought this was a good deal because the case has room for 2 120s in the front, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, and 1 at the back. This gives you 5 fans. Yes, I can count. 5 fans to be able to go ahead and just put wherever you need to. And I was able to keep it down to $1,211.91. And that's with a $50 mail-in rebate on one of the parts. I believe that's a motherboard. Yeah, it's the motherboard. So you'll pay $109.99 up front, but if you mail in the rebate, you'll get $50 back from that for the ASRock board. So that's a good deal to take them up on. I don't believe it has the Wi-Fi included. Let me double check the ports. No. But it does have an M.2 Wi-Fi. So you're able to go ahead and put an adapter in to one of those M.2 slots. So you'll be able to go ahead and use it wirelessly. I know the Focus G is kind of unwieldy when it comes to cable management because it has no basement fan shroud. Not fan shroud, PSU shroud, because words. So you're basically left with this big open area. When I did the red and white APU build, I had a mess of cables at the bottom, but I was able to keep it fairly down and just kind of keep it neat and tidy up top. I did a white interior for the most part, but it's a decent case. I think it's good for airflow in the front with the option for... Oh, yeah, no, speaking of which... Oh, I'm right. So one at the bottom, I'm thinking of the Cooler Master. This one, the only way you're going to be able to use the bottom fan is if you remove that HDD caddy, so the hard drive caddy. Don't do that. That's where your 3.5 is going to go. Your 2.5, I believe, is going to mount in back. You'll notice there's 4 screw holes there, so you'll need to mount that before you put in the power supply. But yeah, you've got room for the 2 120s at the front. You have 2 slots for 2 120s at the top and 120 at the back. You can upgrade and use 140s. I think going overkill budget-wise isn't really, again, what I'm going for. That I'll do with, like, that's kind of up to you on whether or not you want to upgrade. But I'm going to recommend the most effective, which is the 5 fans for $50. It's $10 per fan, and just a really good deal to get coverage all around. That's kind of all I have to say. I mean, what I realized this Friday is doing build specs one right after the other super quick. You're not going to get that much variance. It doesn't make a lot of sense to post a day or two after. So I'm going to post them maybe Monday and Friday, and then if that seems to be too close and I'm not getting any kind of creativity, then maybe I'll branch out to like once a week. But for now, I'll try Monday and Friday. I'm going to try and vary to different shops in different areas. I mean, unless you're building off me locally, it'd be nice to give people an idea of what they can get in different parts of the world as well. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember, if you do not like something in the video, please thumbs down. I know it doesn't show the amount, but I need that feedback in order to make you better content. I also want to hear why you didn't like the video in the comments. Again, constructive good, abusive bad. Abusive will get removed, but I'm not too worried about that. Community so far seems to be really cool. You guys have a great day, and bye for now.